Can you tell us a little bit about your background and what you do for a living?
I am a senior IT manager for a staffing company here in Dallas, Texas. That's my background. Basically, I've been doing IT for about 10 years. I've been in crypto for about 10 years. I used to mine Bitcoin back when it was affordable to do so. It was off of my little tiny computer that I had in an apartment. And I probably got maybe like 30 bucks a month off of it, back when it was actually cheap enough to actually mine and not be more expensive in energy costs. But can't do that anymore. But yeah, been in the biz for a while.
What made you want to get into decentralized finance specifically?
DeFi got me interested because it opens up opportunities that you normally don't have through centralized exchanges. You can get into coins, you can buy into coins and tokens before it hits the mainstream, and that's kind of where the major opportunity lies. So that's kind of why I was interested in it to begin with.
What made you feel comfortable entering into a partnership with decentralized masters?
I got into decentralized masters because you guys were doing just that. You were teaching. It was stuff I didn't know and stuff that I wanted. I wanted to learn from experts that already messed up, because you probably all have. All the mentors probably have gone through their growing pains, and I didn't really want to go through that. I wanted an expert to have already done that and teach me what the right thing is to do, what the wrong thing is to do, and that weighs a lot on my mind. I don't want my money just to go up in smoke. I want mentor to kind of show me the right way, and you guys have done a great job at doing that. So yeah, that's the main reason is I wanted to learn, and I also didn't want to mess up, and those were two huge things which you can mess up a lot in the crypto world. The only thing I was worried about, to be honest with you, was, do I get my money's worth, right? There's a cost to decentralized masters, and it's kind of steep for me at least, but it's already paid for itself, and I'm only a month in. So I think that was the major tipping point of me. The value of what you guys bring is already there. I already got my value's worth, right? And then you guys just keep coming every single day with new stuff. And then Tyler's gyms, of course, have taken off, and I know that they're doing great. So and Tan and Salim on their biweekly updates, gives even more of a macro level of what's going on and what to expect. So all of that research I didn't want to do on my own, and I'm glad you guys are doing it. So that's a big win for me.
That brings me to my question, of course, as you might know, and I also am aware, you bought one asset that we called like 2 weeks ago, that is Aster, basically a decentralized exchange, of course, of its own, that had an amazing performance in the market. How did you found out about that? When was the first time that you heard about Aster, and how exactly did that happen?
It was 2 weeks ago. When actually it might have been 3 weeks ago. Now that I think about it, Tyler had kind of mentioned it in the Hidden Gems session 3 weeks ago, and he said I'm excited about it. And then 2 weeks ago, he was like, "Hey, this is going to be huge." Personally, I think it's going to be a big one. And of course, he said do it with a lot of caution. Don't go overboard with just one investment. I plugged a lot into it. I kind of liked what they were. Tyler went over all of the tokenomics and what they provided, and it kind of rang true with me, and I thought that was a good competitor to Hyperliquid. And the fact that it's not VPN restricted kind of got me engaged too. So that's why I kind of plugged a lot of it into it right away. So I got in around 10 cents. I bought $3,500 worth, and I 10x'd my money. So I got out around 70,000.
Okay, that's amazing. That was actually gonna be my next question. I also got in at around like 0.09, so very nice. I assume that we bought at like the same time.
Yeah.
So you did a 10x on your initial investment on one asset from the native crypto markets, and you found out about that on Tyler's New Gems on Conversations. So do you feel that VM also helped you to understand how did that work, how to get the asset? How do you feel that the company was towards that?
Yeah, right away, you kind of go into the videos of Coin Marketplace and how valuable that asset is to have. So I just kept checking that with with any coin release, there's not a lot of information, and thankfully Coin Marketplace and you guys do a lot of research beforehand on their Twitter page and all the kind of resources on Reddit, and all the resources you guys have, and you guys let us know where you think it's going to be. But ultimately, I checked out Coin Marketplace pretty much the morning of its release, and I kind of, like you guys taught me to do, I looked at the contract number and made sure that that was good and it was available on Aster itself. And so I went to Aster and bought that, but I had to have BNB or USDC staked, Binance USDC, and so that's the kind of route I went. And doing all of that, I probably wouldn't have done. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without education from you guys. So, and that was just in the past month. I had to take the USDC from Coinbase, and I had to I had to get a swap for, or I have to bridge it into Binance USDC, and then from that point, I can take it into Aster and buy all of that stuff with that Binance USDC into Aster.